the lads. What is going on? Welcome to day 9 of 12 Sorare Christmas streams. Friday night, and I've stolen the limelight from the Go Fuck Fridays that Quinny normally hosts every Friday. Stolen all the guests, and I'm bringing them over to my place for the next hour and a half or so. Appreciate everybody. Sorry, popping in the live chat. Circular, Peter, what's happening, lads? Luke, Alex Coombs. But yeah, we've got a decent cast, if I don't say so myself, lads, to bring out. I've got 3 special guests with me. And yeah, we're just going to talk a bit about, Sorare and how amazing the game is and how terrible of a footballer Tadic is. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Lilikin, yeah, I am streaming on Twitch, I believe. I hope I am. I should be. Did I steal Tadic? I wish. Ian, sir, what's going on? So let me get everyone in then. So one by one, the man, the myth, the legend that is my co-pilot, or I'm his co-pilot.
Wait,
20,001.
Co-pilots together.
Yeah, we'll share that 50-50. We always help each other out in that sense. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, mate. Sorry for stealing the Go Fuck Friday tradition. I was hoping to do this a bit earlier, so I didn't come into junction with your stream on Fridays that we normally do. But yeah, it is what it is. And appreciate you stopping by. Sorry, mate.
And that should be good. Looking forward to it. I prefer. I don't mind being in the co-pilot seat here. I can chill out a wee bit more.
Yeah, it's relaxed, easy hour or so. Next in is somebody that I stream very regularly with every Tuesday, I believe, and that is Sorare Data's finest, Mr. Andrew Laird.
What's up, guys?
I was just watching you 15 minutes ago.
I was gonna say, it's been a while since I've been streaming, so I figured I'd come on and see if I can still do this.
10-minute break. You got the hat on.
That's right.
Yeah, you're ready to rock and roll.
Let's go.
And then this last man is somebody that I've streamed with, but not like on a one-to-one basis before. Not that this is one-to-one, but I think I've been on a stream with him, maybe on Quinny's Go Fuck Friday potentially. But first time he's been on my channel, and it feels surreal because I, as a little FUT 12, 13 viewer, avid player, I used to watch a lot of Nep's content, and it is the man himself.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Hey.
Thanks for coming, mate. Classic Nep.
Classic
Why
Nep.
Why not in season now?
Because it's just classic Nep, isn't it? Classic is where it's at. You can win cash, cards, and essence, and those boxes, no market credits, level ups, and that is classic Nep.
I see it. I mean, yeah, the whole classic slanders kind of flipped the last couple of weeks, it feels like. I think classic's back. I don't know whether you're doing that, but it's definitely somewhat back, I would argue.
Yeah, no, I've always been like under the impression that classic is very strong, and it's just other people that think it's not. And yeah, you win a card, you win that top prize in Division 1. You're coming away with what $700, a star, a 5-star box, which is going to give you some good essence, and you're paying like a fraction of the price of the premium cards. What is there not to love about classic?
I get it. No, I definitely
really asking.
Yeah.
Push back, Laird. Come on.
It's too hard.
It's not though, is it? Imagine if we didn't have in season, it would all be classic, right? It would be way harder if we didn't have in season.
No, I agree with you. I like classic still.
I think the biggest pushback comes from people who, no disrespect, probably don't have the cards to even think about winning Nep. You know what I mean? Is that on them? I don't know, but I'm just saying. I think that's where like the negative pushback for me would be. They
just need to scout more, I suppose, don't they?
Yeah.
But the thing about classic is as well, like if you're thinking about, I can't afford to get an in season, like it's too high price, and I don't think that's true anyway. Maybe at Division 1 you need like the premium players and the stars, but up to Division 1 I don't think you do. Yeah, let's getting cut out constantly.
I know.
I think when it comes to classic, you can afford to play matchups because the prices don't fluctuate too much. They're pretty static unless somebody is like injured or in crazy form or in crazy bad form. The prices are pretty static that you can buy a play. You can gate a guy it. You could buy a player for like 3 or 4 weeks and then just sell them and replace them with another star. I genuinely think Classic's like in a strong spot. It is going to be interesting to see how it transpires season on season when we get more cards into the pool. But as it is right now, I think it's in a really healthy spot.
I think a big part of it is like Classic for the most part. It's easier to get into the higher divisions and do better the longer you've held any card, and forget collection bonus to one side, but even just having guys that are on in that division a solid 8 to 10 XP, like, you know, for your whole squad, it makes a bit of a difference. And so many players on Sorare don't have many level 20 cards as like an average. I dare say like most average accounts probably don't have more than maybe half a dozen if you've been on the platform for a wee while, and also if you're brand new, you don't have any. And I think like, yeah, that's a little part of the Classic thing as well, where people are sore by it, because like the way the divisions go, like we kind of seen this when they came out, like the way they're going to do the promotion and relegation is you would always find a wee bit where you're going to hit a ceiling. Your cards will only take you so far, you know, kind of thing. And for Classic, maybe for some people that ceiling's been found a little bit too far down the ladder that they would like, and then that's where maybe some of the friction comes, because like they're cheaper now. Like every card, like you're talking about buying in seasons there. Like I've bought in seasons quite easily the last 6 weeks. It's been no problem for the most part. But it's been a weird market this year for Classic and in season, because even some Classics, like the good ones, like they'd never get that super cheap. Maybe some of them are now a little bit better, but
you're going to know the answer. You're going to know the answer to this by the question that I pose. But I just bought Thibaut Courtois for £450 rare. Do you think he was Classic or in season?
Classic.
In season Courtois for £450. I couldn't believe it. His Classic sold an hour after I bought his in season for £243. That's insane. And that is why Classic is a really healthy spot right now, because you can get the star players at a really good price. And so what you're saying, Quinny, about like hitting a ceiling, I don't even think there's a problem with that. If you're playing like rare, for example, you can build a really, really like cheap Classic team and get to Division 2 and farm rewards there that will easily outweigh your spend, so long as you're not stupid. Like if you like hold your essence for like a tier 3 plus or something, you will get a really good ROI with the cards that you could win as well, in my personal opinion. And again, you get to play the matchup. So like I don't think there's any way that somebody couldn't seriously play one Classic lineup and get it to the top division in about 8 game weeks. With they'd need a budget, and you'd still need to avoid all of the struggles that we have on Sorare of like random injuries and ACL tears and wicked price drops, or we've got a transfer window coming up, and somebody's going to listen to me say this, go and buy like a Classic Real Madrid stack, and then Mbappe and Vinny Jr. are going to be in Al Nassr like come February, and they're just going to be sitting there kicking themselves. But I just can't personally believe like the price of the stars in Classic. In champ as well, not in like contender or anything. Like the champ stars are so good.
Yeah, that guy you bought
underutilized. Go on.
Sorry, Harry. I was gonna say the guy you bought that card from has a lot of like good cards for sale.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, like there were like 4 or 5 cards I looked at recently, and he had one, and it wasn't so rare, Josh.
He's annoying, isn't he? In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah.
He's too good. He's too good at trading.
That's what it is. He's like I come up with a player and I'm like, oh, I think I'm early on this. And I see Sir Josh like 3 days earlier getting an auction for 12% of what the last guy paid. I'm like, how does this happen?
Yeah, he's on it, isn't he? Big time. I was going to say then, as far as like Classic cards go, I mean, this is not champ related because I don't really buy too many champ Classic cards, but I play a lot of Challenger. Like Fabio Vieira, 15 quid net. Like,
it's insane.
How can you not
rare?
buy? Yeah, for his rare, yeah.
That's insane.
It's nuts. It actually is nuts. And I know it's not champs or whatever, but still, like, there's still good cards to win in, Classic Challenger if you were to, get up high on the, the podiums and top 5s, 10s, or whatever. Like, 5 of him, like a defender version of him, let's call it Otamendi. Like, it is possible to do it on a stupidly low, but this is a rare. I don't even know. I don't want to know what Vieira's limited's worth, Like...
Yeah, that is mad. But the crazy thing as well, with him doing so well now as well, you could just buy his Classic and play it in season. Like £15 for like an 80 point rough score over the last few games. The beautiful thing about Fabio Vieira for me is I've got his in-season Arsenal on like 14% and his in-season Porto. So I get the double whammy.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Wow, that's good, man.
Yeah, but I think
So you got in-season portal cards as well?
Yeah, he has,
does.
yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Can you
it's a
not-
bit
can
of
you
a cheat
open the-
code, to be fair.
Could you
I
open the
love that.
Arsenal one?
I can, yeah. I chose not to on purpose for exactly this reason.
But I'm saying there's no like opened Arsenal version of the card.
I think there was like maybe 5 or 6. Yeah, but mine's rapid still. Yeah,
It's just like
I could have opened him. Oh no, actually,
Yeah, I wasn't
no,
sure. if you
I
had one.
couldn't have opened him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've either got a rapid Arsenal one or a Porto one.
I just like,
Yeah.
like I said, defender version of him, whoever that is, let's call it Otamendi or whoever, Davison Sanchez. Like this, just especially for challenger, because that's where I kind of focus my energy a lot, like classic wise as well as in season. But yeah, even if you don't play him in classic, he's my star boy in season, and like it's just mad. Like genuinely, some of the prices I bought a couple of. I know this sounds crazy, but I bought a couple of Dender players. To be honest, I'd had a collection already. I just added a few to it. I paid £3 for this guy. Where's he to? This guy, Kobe Cools. Great name. The guy's getting like 60s, 50 AAs and stuff on not like, recency bias and stuff, but he's been doing it like, now and again, every couple of games.
That's a terrible card, Harry, isn't it?
Come on.
That's a terrible card. It's had 2 good scores, isn't it?
2 good scores.
I mean, in season, you can get away with the 50s just about, can't you? You might not get you cash prizes, it might only get you boxes, but it definitely won't get you relegated. But that's where the classic versus in season comes in, isn't it? Him in classic, like he is worthless. You wouldn't even field him in a Division 5 lineup. Like he's bad.
Okay, I'll push back. I mean, this is irrelevant. He doesn't have classic cards. Not that really changes the argument, but like Dender and you, of course. But you can't tell me 75s as a defender don't work. Like that works. I don't care what competition you're in.
Yeah,
like this
I just
weekend.
don't think he gets 75s. I think he got a 75.
Really? There's 4
And
of
he
them
got
there. 70, 76, 75, and 100.
He's in form.
he is in form.
Well in form.
Yes.
I mean, listen, his L5 is like attractive, but his L10, it like really isn't.
No, that's not a thing.
That doesn't exist now.
Why not?
Don't
Though?
make-
Like,
don't
it's
make
only
things
not a
up.
thing because people just choose it not to be a thing.
No,
we,
but like
we could have any number that you want as long as it suits your narrative.
£8 we're talking about here, though, for cards that can score. I don't care what.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like
That-
£8
that
for a
I'm-
card
yeah.
that scores 100 points. I know
I'm
you've
about
done
that.
it once.
And that's
You know?
that's what I mean with like moving up the divisions. What Quinny was saying about like finding your limit. You can start. What is he, contender or challenger?
Challenger.
So you can start challenger Division 4 with
Mm-hmm.
a team of Kobe Calls, and you just will return your investment. You just will. Like, not that this is financial advice because it's not, but they're like, I bought today because I didn't read the rules that Sorare set. Ronnie Valdo. And I wanted like the free card. I was like, yes, I'm going to buy like Ronnie Valdo for like £2. And I'm going to hit Wanetzek as my extra player. But Ronnie Valdo plays for a terrible team, yet he scores insane, and he's got a cracking name.
Oh, this
He's
guy,
on the
yeah.
Like,
What a name, by the way.
The fact that we went from
Probably
Kobe
wasn't
Cools
it?
to Ronnie Valdo, I was like, this game's much cool. Oh, really nice scores too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's one of the best strikers in that division. Like, because obviously the Salzburg boys aren't firing, and like all of the Austrian, other than Fitz, really, you don't really have a quality striker. And he is it. He's one of the top guys, and he plays for a team that I think are like relegation candidates. Like, and when I look at somebody like him, his in season is £10. Rare in season is £10.
Yeah. Wow.
Why would you not have teams of Ronnie Valdos to take you up to the D2s and D1s, and then either stay there and just be happy with it, or then you can maneuver into like the more like stars and T1s. But yeah, cards like that and cards like you've got with calls there, I do find them to be like really, really attractive. But it requires like almost like meticulous planning to a level where most people just can't be bothered. People just want to like put a team of 5 in every week, all the time, and play. They don't want to have to switch in and out like constantly.
Completely agree, mate. Yeah, you either have the thirst for doing that type of thing, don't you, or you kind of just don't. And it, it depends what category or box you fall in, I guess. Ronnie Valdo.
The only problem with Ronnie Valdo is his next game isn't until 2027 because of the Austrian break.
Yeah, that's probably why it was so cheap. I bought him and I was like I've done one over here. I've got one over on Sorare here, and then I couldn't open the second card, and then I was like, I can't even use him.
Yeah,
I was like, crap, they just robbed me of £3.
So you're making an all-star contender team. I'm seeing here. You're mixing Deadly Sin, Rangers, and Celtic.
what are we?
Mate, I don't care about either of them. I have got a signed Celtic shirt. Actually, one of my best friends is a Celtic fan, so I would probably go towards Celtic more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got Danilo from Feyenoord classic card, and so he's expected to start, and he's so sick. He's so much better than the Scottish League. Now that he's fit, I genuinely expect him to start hitting like 80s, 90s, and 100 every single game. Like he will be Rangers' best striker by some distance. Because for Feyenoord, like he wasn't like elite. He was a lot of sub appearances, which is why they're all like.
Wasn't he? He was great at Feyenoord.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah. So I just thought, like I actually like made a video earlier, but I was talking about like my own gallery, and like I'm so frustrated with myself that I haven't put more time into building in-season lineups, because when you actually look at the breakdown of what you get, especially when you're in Division 1, it is really nice. The boxes are actually really nice. If you get that 5-star box, you've got that chance of either 20 super rare essence, 200 rare essence, or 20 rare essence. And because it's Premier League, if you hit like if you get lucky and get that 20 rare essence and then just craft straight away, you're getting a Premier League card. And so even if it's a tier 5 or a tier 4, it's a Premier League card. It has so much more like value long term. The amount of like cards that I've got that fit into other teams, the amount of like tier 5, tier 4, tier 3 backup players that I've got that have now given me really good XP or collection bonus, collection score. I've literally crafted like 4 Man City players, and they're all terrible ones, but they all go towards my Haaland's like XP and stuff. And so I just thought I need to do that in every division. And so when I started looking at the players, I looked at like Butland. Like Schmeichel seems to be like well expensive because he's the best goalkeeper in the league by far. But like I couldn't believe Butland's price. I'm like, this is like the second best goalkeeper, especially over the winter break, and now that a lot of the other contender divisions are like done until like February or March or whatever. I'm like, I couldn't believe how cheap he was for what you get. And like, I probably won't be able to win a division with Butland because multiple other people will have higher XP, higher collection score and stuff. I don't need to win a division for him to pay himself back. I just need to keep winning cash, and I think is good enough.
100%. I can't disagree with it. He's probably, I don't know what Schmeichel's price is. Let's argue it's probably 500, isn't it?
I think it's even more. I think it's like 700 for Schmeichel. Yeah.
No
Cash for Schmeichel.
way.
Only because he did 4 goals in the league this year.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
360.
Was that in season? When I looked earlier, I would have bought that if. Mate, look at his scores. They're crazy.
He's been ridiculous, hasn't he? Like actually,
he's literally like £300. I might just have to go and buy him as well.
368. Yeah. Last sales.
Clean sheet
360.
machine.
Yeah,
He'll play for us next year as well.
I was saying to Laird, wasn't I, Laird? I can't remember when it was, but I was saying like this is what Joe Hart should have been. Like
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Quiddy, if you had this last season, oh my god, you were just printed, wouldn't have you? Really? Like
Joe Hart was such a hole at the bottom of the bucket. You know what I mean? Just
is he staying, Quinny? Is he? Even though he's like nearly as old as me.
Yeah. So Brendan Rodgers got quoted a week ago in the press conferences saying, "I decide if Schmeichel gets year 2, and like making it like it'll happen kind of thing." But it's totally up to Brendan, if you know what I mean. It's just like he decides. He'll just say we're doing it, and the switch will be flipped. And bye. Don't you see this podcast he did with Ben Foster? That's like kind of semi-viral up my neck of the woods today. But Schmeichel did the Fozcast, and he just talks about loving it basically up here. So he'll play it to the World Cup. I think that's probably his exit point.
I'm now the proud owner of a rare Kasper Schmeichel.
wow,
the clean sheet machine.
You're just scooping up goalies now.
I swear to God, if he gets injured or goes on bad run of form, I'm actually quitting Sorare.
Someone called in the chat earlier on after you said about Courtois that it's going to be Lunin season incoming. So I think the lesson is number 1, get the handcuff for sure. And number 2, like see when you're talking about Butland, have you looked at the 3rd most expensive goalkeeper in Scotland?
Yeah, it's probably like 10 quid.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a drop to say the least. I've put 5 of them. I've got a guy playing today. I paid £7 for last week in rare.
And do you see a good return on these guys, even if it's through boxes?
Not yet. I've been working into it this year. I've been
Okay.
slowly getting it, and because I couldn't get early season in season, so I've been kind
Yeah.
of scrapping bits and bobs together, and I've spent a lot of time making sure Classic has been totally like well-rounded. All the gaps are filled, and like I've got 4 Celtic collections. One's at 4%, the other 3 are at 5%. So I've had to put a lot of kind of direction into that, as well as just other bits and pieces. But I think this is normally the period anyway where these stacks have done well for me over the last couple of years. So it's just going to be magnified, hopefully. That's the plan.
There can't be that many instant buys left of Casper Schmeichel led. No, there's 75 minted.
Let me look.
Do you have that data like back end, or is that public?
It is not public.
Okay. Is that like super premium tier to get that?
Yeah.
I would pay more to see that to see that information.
Yeah, because we would like to be able to go to cards here and then it show us like
yeah.
Out in the wild, I mean, are still like
because sold, rewarded, whatever, and I think
we're actually changing this page, because right now it shows like current status. So like if it was a reward and then sold, it shows as sold or something like that. So like reward will only show rewards that have been that haven't like moved.
Got you.
Which is not really what people always look for. So let me see.
Ian Sorare in the chat saying no more contender auctions until the end of the month.
Yeah, he mentioned that to me today, actually.
Saying that's like 9 days away, 10 days away, right? Like, it's not that long.
But 3 game weeks, but 3 deadlines you'll probably miss out on.
Yeah, possibly. I think like you sold Schmeichel to me, Quinny, if he's getting that second year, because my plan now will be to use him next season in season as my classic on 15%.
Yeah.
And be up there with everybody else.
I bought 2 limited Schmeichels this week. I don't buy limited, so I just bought them to play them in all my.
You still play super rare as well?
Champ only, yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing with your super rares, Nep? Are they available?
Mate, you could buy anyone you want, mate. I haven't got any good cards.
Really?
I've still got a few Arsenal cards. I sold most of my Arsenal cards to Tom C. But there is a horrific story behind each and every single one of those cards. Honestly,
we've got all night. So
like Nico Serrano, he was smashing it in the second division, like Spanish second division. Somebody like offered me, he wasn't for sale, but somebody offered me like £600 for him, and I was like, no chance. This guy's like an absolute killer. Then Sorare changed the way they do things, and now I probably wouldn't even get £6 for him. Yeah, Denny Bwanga's a weird one. Like the problem with super rares is like for me to get into super, I had a lot of good super rares for the rare pro comps, but I didn't have a good super rare team. And so when it all changed and I found myself putting these like super rare teams together, they were all just so subpar. And so I'm just left with like a couple of like stars and then loads of tier 4s and tier 3s and crap players. And as you can see, so many of them like moved away. But it was a bit of a shit experience with super rares for me, to be honest.
Yeah, because
sorry for swearing. I don't know if you want the swearing.
No, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, because at the time, like kind of when you came in, roughly it was like limited were booming. Never mind what super rares were like, So that's why, like you just couldn't get the depth at the time. No one would sell those cards to you. If they were $10,000 each. It was just like you're up against it, aren't you? Despite whatever your bank balances and your bankroll. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. And then like Zambrano. Sorry, go on, Ed.
I have your Schmeichel numbers for you.
Oh, go on.
They've had 53 sold of 60.
So 7 left. Damn.
Wow.
13 have been rewarded and 7 were crafted.
Okay.
And I think Gator Guy would have bought that Boanga if you were actually selling them.
I was going to say,
Do you know what's the worst thing?
Harry.
Hey, listen, a bidding war is exactly what I need right now for my super rares, right?
Gator bought one yesterday.
Oh,
so if you want to match the price, then
£150. Oh, see, I would rather this is the thing, right?
I'd rather take it to the grave.
No, but this is the thing. I was playing Denny Bwanga in contender
Champion America Rare
limited,
Pro.
limited classic, his super rare, because I was literally like, somebody had offered me like 80 quid for him. I'm like, no, I'm not selling him for £80. I would literally rather just use him and pretend he's yellow. Like, it's better for the soul, man. Because these cards I've lost. I mean, hey, if you want to see some great value lost, don't look at my limited Lewandowski, but do look at my rare. Who's your boy from today, Laird, that you're loving? Oh, David Neres. Look at my rare David Neres and tell me that I shouldn't just run away from this site as fast as anybody could run away from anything.
You still own that Kimmich, that Lewandowski?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do. Oh.
Yeah, he's won me about maybe 60 rewards, totaling about $3. Something like that. Yep. Look at that. He sells for like £8 now. Oh, no, less, £6. Look at that, £4, £3. Oh.
It's just mental, isn't it?
Oh,
The Napoli spike.
yeah.
He was good, man.
I need him to be good this weekend.
Yeah, you do. You're all in on Neres this weekend, aren't you?
He's in. Thanks to you, Laird. Actually, he's in one of my lineups.
What did you end up doing there? Because I was trying to get you into the Lewis Mia train, or the who else did I try and convince you to buy?
McTominay.
We were talking about Papello.
Papello, yeah. And then you end up going for Hakan, okay, and then the Neres. I tell you what, he's put on some timber. Like, I've put on a bit of timber as well myself, right? But Neres, like, come on.
He actually looks chubby there, doesn't he? Look, he's got a little belly coming out.
You need a little bit more in Serie A than you do scamping around. Eredivisie.
The food's just a lot better in the south of Italy, isn't it?
Carb loading, yeah.
I did like somebody said in the live chat of my stream that I played Jesus on Christmas week, and that made me feel better.
Yep.
Ooh,
there's some merit.
Like, I hadn't even thought of it, and as soon as
There's some Alex merit to that.
How do I not win?
I just did that like 5 seconds before, Harry.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said. Sorry, I didn't hear you actually say. I thought you said like merit, not like merit. Sorry. Sorry, mate.
That's all right. No, sorry. It's still my jokes. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
So it was bad anyway. So
it was good enough. This is a good point, by the way. What Mike's bringing up here. I've seen a few tweets mentioning this. Is Super Rare back? People are diving in, mate.
It's a little bit of, I bought an Andy Robertson Super Rare last week or 2 weeks ago because it was 80 quid, and if you've already got a batch of Super Rares, a few guys like that, like, why not, really? You know what I mean? Like, you'd be mental not to in some ways.
This is why I don't sell my Super Rares, though, Quinny. Like, that's crazy. Like, he's got way less DMPs than I expected there, because he's a bit of an injury crisis guy, isn't he? Like,
yeah, the last year he's had a wee bang or two here or there, but under Klopp he was play every game.
Yeah, and I think he will as well under Slot as well, because like Robertson is quality. I just hate him. He is just a shithouse player, isn't he? He just winds me up, man. Watching him play winds me up.
I like him. He's a proper wido.
But this is the thing, when you get a player like this, like, I don't know what the points are like in Super Rare, because I haven't even looked at Super Rare or Unique since the change, and I used to like monitor it constantly to see if I wanted to get involved, especially like Unique, Cap 240 and things like that. I was like interested. Is it a really high points total? Like, what's a Robertson going to do for you if you play him in season with a couple of like mid-tier players?
I've not made it into in season yet. I've only won a few cards. I've not bought any in seasons. But I know McBride and a few other people that I know that play Super in season fancy it. I don't really hear many complaints. But the problem is, or not the problem, I suppose, but the ones that are quite happy with it is probably, because it's quite a small leaderboard anyway. So if you've got 3 entries, you've got one that will do okay if you build your teams well enough. So kind of second hand that, but that's kind of the way I've kind of heard about it. Classic's quite difficult. Classic's just the same as like it used to be, in the sense of like when you had single entry and you were playing Champ Super Rare, and it was like you'd maybe get some good scores. You're like, oh, maybe this will be my week, and it's like, oh, I'm 27th and prizes stop at 18th, or something. So that kind of feel is still around for Classic a little bit.
the amount of MLS Super lineups.
But better players are a bit easier to get. Sorry to talk over you there, but getting
right.
a Robertson for 8 quid's a bit easier now rather than 5 ETH or whatever.
And is that because just like less people are playing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I was saying this, I think it was to Keith the other day. The problem I have with Super Rare, like even like classic, I play classic Super Rare because I have classic Super Rares, and I just throw them in. I make them as good as I could, but like I'm not buying classic Super Rares. And I was thinking about buying some in-season contender ones to try to win like in-season Super Rare cash. And there's just something in my head that looks at the fact that like 7 people win cash and no one else wins it. And it's just not that many people. And you're like, oh, there are only 40 people who are playing. And it's like, and 7.
Yeah.
Win. And it's
then go and look at those 40 people's teams and you're just like, I'm not winning anything.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like,
Yeah.
It is tough. Like I'm in a position where I play in season challenger and I've won cash. I've won it once. I've won, a few D2s. Yeah. But like I don't have 3 D1s, if that makes sense. Like I don't have a good enough like rig to have 3 in season challenger D1s. If that, I've got
it's easy. Trust me.
Well, yeah, I've got 2, but not both in D1. Just one in D1, one in D2. But it's like if my D1 doesn't hit and I get relegated, I'm effed, aren't I, for the next 2 weeks because I got to get promoted. I've literally yo-yoed the last 4 weeks. I was D1, relegated, back up, and I've like won one bit of cash in that time where like I managed 4th, let's say, in one of the D2s. And it's just like, unless you've got like a crazy amount of depth where you can afford to get relegated 1 week because you've got another D1, or like you've got this week, Nep, you've got 3 D1s in Prem Rare.
I have now, finally got
the cushion. Yeah, the cushion's nice. Like you can kind of take risks where I can't take risks in my 1-5 man in season Super Rare. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, you can. It will just come at a cost if it goes wrong.
Yeah, it's just like. Like my contemplation this weekend was either Tadic or a Galatasaray player, and I luckily didn't go Tadic. Like my game week could have been done by tonight because Tadic got a BCM and I captained him. So it's just like the margins are so fine when you've only got 5 players in like your best lineup, whereas you've got, like you said, 3 this week. I didn't know what you actually went with in the end. I saw the tweet. I didn't look at the actual lineups, but I'm actually quite interested.
They're strong, but we're starting to see a few Premier League players from like outside the top teams that are doing good. Oh, look at me on a podium. Let's go. Let's just end it now. Let's just close the game week. Just shut it down.
There we go.
Elliot Anderson, the boy.
Yeah, but you've got also the Robinson from Fulham, left back. He's starting to like absolutely cook a bit.
Yeah,
that one you're looking at there, that's my like punty lineup because like Liverpool away to Spurs, it's going to be difficult. Haaland's like bit of a shit show, but I feel like Smith Rowe and Salah could still like absolutely pop. And like I was saying like earlier on, like before I joined here, I was talking to someone about it. Like when you're in Division 1, no matter what part of Division 1 you're in or what scarcity either, the points to win cash is way lower than any other division, and so you don't even need like a cracking game week to get 70, 100, 150 quid. And it covers off maybe not the stars because they're a bit more expensive, but it certainly covers off the ability to like, buy out, I don't know, like a Robinson or whatever his name is, the Fulham guy. I bet you use not more than like 70 or 80 quid. So it's really nice. That one I like a lot, but the one above is probably my favored.
So isn't that wild? Before I get to it though, like L15 projected 5th, 388 points.
Yeah,
like
that's what I mean.
It's so low.
Yeah, it's really low.
It's insane. This is the main one though.
Yeah, it's not projected the highest, but I just have a feeling Arsenal are going to shred Crystal Palace tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And if they don't, then delete this podcast, please. Make sure nobody.
That'd be fun though, because like at minimum, let's say they all get cash. What's the lowest cash? 80 quid, is it, or 75? Yeah. It's like a 2. Do you know what I mean? Even if you got 3 in the cash, it's 240 quid, and that's at the bare minimum,
Yeah, and then that's what I was looking at earlier. I don't know if you want to go into actual Sorare and look at the boxes, but like the chance of like good essence, I know like they've nerfed essence a bit, but the chance of getting good essence is good with those 5-star boxes. Mm-hmm. And so even if you're finishing in those cash positions, you are getting that like double win with the essence. And like I say, the way I do it, because I've got like really strong Premier League teams and really strong classic Premier League teams, and I've got like my champ team is like quite good as well. When I do get 20 essence to craft at rare, it's always a Premier League player because I just don't really get essence from anywhere else. So it's always really nice to keep farming those 20 essence like pools.
Mm-hmm. And this is coming from somebody that plays super rare, like to a high level. Mike saying if he could, he'd just move to rare full time. Just paying to lose so much on my card and start from zero, but it's a better economy down there. And then I think people who play rare say the same about limited, don't we? I think it was mentioned yesterday, Laird, like it's so liquid at, at limited, you can afford to make mistakes and get out at a cheaper rate than you would maybe on other scarcities. It's just interesting. Like everyone wants what they don't have. If that makes sense.
I disagree with that sentiment a little bit from that yesterday, but in terms of especially rare to limited, because the way our rares are priced now, like you were mentioning earlier, Fabio Vieira's are 15 quid. Like I've only bought one computer game this year, and it was the Space Marine game that came out. And when it came out, I'd been starved of playing a computer game all probably for about 2 years that I was really got my teeth into, like an Assassin's Creed or a Grand Theft Auto or whatever. So when I got that game, I just put it on the hardest mode straight away. And that was the only time I played it, or it was the only thing I did with it. And so there's the same for some people, where it's like maybe you can go limited and just buy Saka Palmer and everyone you want under the sun. But I don't know. Sometimes it's you want to put on hard mode and then maybe you go for rare, and rather than getting your Saka, you get your Jorgen Larsson or whatever. I don't know, but so I don't know. I don't think everyone thinks that way. I don't think that's a universal thing. I think there's definitely something to be said for hardcoring it somehow, whatever that is to you.
Yeah. Go on. Then.
Yeah, my hardcore was I think about 2 years ago, maybe a little less than that, when I first went on the Sorare Data podcast, my first time there, and I was explaining what I wanted with my gallery, and I effectively wanted back then my whole gallery to just be rewards, and eventually be in a position where it's just rewards, winning rewards. I think that's the ultimate hard mode, like lining up a team full of rewards that win you a first place. That would be my okay, this is what I want to go for. But now with the way that they've changed it to in season, you just don't win cards as much, do you? So it's a bit more challenging for that.
Yeah,
100%. No, I think there's got to be a top 10 in one of those fucking Premier League lineups, hasn't there? Really, let's be fair.
So you'd like to think so, but if you looked at all the other lineups that are there, the amount of there's what's I think 76 Sakas out there.
Wow.
Everyone's got the same players in Division 1, and it's when Haber, I think Haber won it a couple of weeks ago. He won it with just rando players, and it's that's you're going to be the person that wins it when you put in your Anthony Robinsons and Amad Diallo and maybe 2 or 3 of the absolute classics, but then 2 or 3 complete not wild cards, but players that either hit 100 or 40, because if they do hit the 100, no one is beating you. And I think it was look at that, everyone's got the same players.
It's wild, isn't it? Do you remember early on in the season, Ep, when Kilman scored 100 for West Ham? He was nobody played Kilman.
Yeah,
it's just you're basically describing that in that you do have to just put a left field guy in sometimes, because otherwise, like you said, everyone's basically got the same 3, 4, nearly 5 almost,
Yeah, it's a lot of the same common players, but there is enough variety that if Arsenal pop off, but also Chelsea pop off, I kind of benefit from that because I've got Palmer in an Arsenal stack, and it's somebody who does the Arsenal stack only has Martinelli, Trossard, or Jesus. They're rocking 45 points, and I've got 150 from Palmer. And then somebody that has the Chelsea stack has got 7 points from Sanchez, and I've got 50 or 60 from Raya. And so it's I really I've started to see the value a lot more this year in not full stacking, and that's also kind of alleviated the need to get 5% collection bonus immediately, because if you look at my contender lineup, where I've got Butland and whoever else it is, and then Danilo, it's I definitely don't have the highest collection score on those players, and I definitely don't have the highest XP, but nobody has that 5. So if those players pop off, I will win, because nobody has those 5, or somebody has those 5. They're really strange.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's how I play D1 in Champ. I don't play Prem, but it's interesting because we always, I feel I only hear about the winners in the Premier League lineup when it is a stack. So Newcastle won last week effectively. Remember the Wolves stack a couple of weeks ago? The Forest stack, the same guy did both, didn't he? I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was D1 each time, but he was winning something. And it's just we only kind of hear about the successes in the Prem when it's a full stack, kind of, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Actually, if you look at my game week 3 weeks ago when I won the UCL competition, Like my Jude Bellingham there, I bought classic Bellingham. I don't have any XP on him, any collection score on him or anything. I think it was like game week 34.
Yeah.
My XP in general on those players, Saka and Saliba are top tier, but Yamal, Bellingham, and Alisson's good actually. Like I actually won Simicas and Endo, and Endo was a special edition, so I crafted them. Sorry, and so it leans into what I was saying, Laird, that I heard you talking about the other day with Gator Guy. I'm so convinced they just give you cards that you've got from collections, because that's the only reason why Alisson's so high there. But I was 5 points clear. I didn't need the collection score as much, and I didn't have it either. Like that Bellingham is terrible. Like 1.055 is awful. You need to be up at like the 1.9s, 1.1s really. And I still won. And so like I look at this lineup, and all I did in this lineup was just pick my best 5 options. And Saliba was like my 6th highest scoring defender that game week that I could have put in there. He wasn't even the best option. So yeah, like now that I've kind of like moved away from stacking, it's really nice to actually like hit those top scores. But I still stack at limited, because pretty much all I have at limited in Premier League is Arsenal players. I've got like all of the Arsenal collections at 5%. So I just run Arsenal stacks in limited. So I still have that like mentality of, if Arsenal do absolutely go off, I'm just cleaning up in limited in every single tournament that I'm in.
I guess the issue for me in the Prem, like trying to find this week's Kilman is the issue, isn't it? Like that isn't easy to do, as we know.
Just kind of look at Southampton, whoever they're playing against.
Yeah, and just sort of back for any Fulham player. Harry Wilson this weekend.
Yeah, I've got Smith Rowe as captain in a couple of lineups actually.
Yeah, there could be some big Fulham scores. I think that's on paper. That was the best. It's mad. Like Fulham at home to Southampton is the best fixture this weekend in the Prem. So for me, that tells me it's wide open this week.
Yeah. Although Saints, got their new manager bounce back now. I thought they did very well against Liverpool in the cup, especially the second half. I thought it was quite good. I believe Ramsdale's back this weekend as well, so they're going to have some actual hands in goal, which would be nice.
Yeah, it's not a gimme for Fulham anyway. Definitely not. Yeah, it is interesting though, the Prem stuff. I haven't got the balls. I just haven't got like the thirst to play the individual comps yet. I don't know why. I just haven't like come around to it for whatever reason. I don't know whether it's strength of gallery, where the my cards lie, if that makes sense. But I just love being able to, like in Challenger, for example, I love playing the go-ahead Eagle players. Like I just like being able to do that, because like, I'm not saying there's not the equivalent in Premier League, but there's just less players to choose from. Some people like less variants. I just like having a pool, like a big pool of players, and cherry picking some fun ones, some Hasplatz, me and Laird's boy. Like we just enjoy. I don't know. I just don't know why. I just get more enjoyment from doing that. It's worked as well. Like I've had relative success with it, I guess. Thankfully back in D1 now in Rare. I've been in D2 pits for a long time. So I just find it more fun. I don't know what it is. Like I know the Prem. It's just like, I don't know. I something just puts me off it, and I can't put my finger on it. Maybe like what that reason is, Laird. I don't know whether you can like empathize with me there.
I was actually gonna tell you to go back from this past midweek. Yeah. If you go to the leaderboard from this midweek for the Europa in season.
Is it just Chelsea?
Yeah. So I was talking to Surfula about this. He finished 14th, and there are 10 lineups ahead of him with the exact same lineup. And it's all Chelsea. There's some like mostly, so it's essentially what? Jorgensen, Disasi, KDH, Nkunku, and
Gui.
Yeah, Gui.
I watched him at Barcelona. He was terrible. I don't know how he's scoring. I mean, it's fair play he's scoring in the Conference League, but maybe that's his level. But yeah, I think he's a bad football player. I didn't like him at all.
He's young. I'll give him that. I don't think he's great, but he's young.
But yeah, was it captain choice led for Surfula that was the biggest issue? No, wow.
I think it was collection bonus.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? So, was there a higher scoring defender?
Yeah,
Cucurella. Yeah,
Cucurella.
He's becoming a bit of a demon for SO5, isn't he? He seems to have a lot of the trust from the manager, and seems to be like heavily involved in the build-up play now.
Which is funny because he wasn't he not playing the European matches?
Yeah,
and then he gets thrown in, and
yeah. See, that's a beautiful thing about Cole Palmer is they literally didn't register him, so I don't have to have the older. Maybe he does or doesn't he? Like he's just out. It's nice.
It's the
100%.
future. Hopefully, more Europa League or Conference League big teams do that kind of stuff in the future.
Although
some of
I
those
don't
squads.
know if you read the January thing. I really like what Sorare are doing with the final Champions
Oh,
League and
yeah.
Europa League. That would be amazing to have that all the time. Like
Yeah.
I'd probably actually be like cursing wanting that
Well,
because
all the
everybody
games are
knows
on the
their
same day,
lineups.
but
And the same time. That's the thing, isn't it?
that's kind of the thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one, the multiplex.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I feel like, sorry, like the fact that they're like mentioning, I know they know their game, but you know what I mean? Like the fact that like they're aware of like how painful DMPs are, like it's a good thing. Like I am quite happy, surprised, I don't know what the word is, but I'm positive about that for sure. I think it's great.
Celtic v Aston Villa.
Is it that week?
No.
Jack Butler masterclass. That's what we're up for, isn't it?
Mm.
That's another good reason actually why to buy like specifically like Celtic and Rangers players if they in the I don't know. Do you get Champions League and Conference League or is it Champions League and Europa League?
Well, for Scotland, all three.
All three. Because like one of the things that I found when it came to midweeks is I had like Bruno Fernandes for like the Europa and Conference League thing. I had a couple of other really sick players, and then I just didn't have a goalkeeper. And I was like, who plays? Who would I even want? And so I started looking around. And I was like, oh man, imagine if I had like a Celtic or Rangers like stack. I would have like players for these competitions. It'd be really nice. Well, not Celtic now, obviously, but are you guys looking to qualify?
Aye, we're riding high.
Yeah, nice.
Aye, we're doing good. We're doing good. We beat Leipzig.
Yeah, who didn't?
Oh, come on.
I literally think I'm on 0 points on there. Like...
Aye, but we're in good company. We're with Man City, with Juve, or whoever else beat them. I don't know. But we're in good company. We're all the big teams smashing Leipzig. That's what we're all about now.
Lads, to be announced the rules. So we just thinking full in season.
No, it came out today, didn't it? Is that not,
yeah,
is
it's in there actually. Yeah, it's
it?
in there.
Yeah, it might not be today's one. Or yesterday's, was it?
This was today.
It was yesterday, yeah. They announced it further up the page that you're on.
This one?
No, the one that you're on, but just scroll up a little bit. They announced it in there.
You.
I think the calendar just wasn't updated.
Huh. Interesting. It just tells you the times. It doesn't tell you.
I literally think that was the announcement. It says somewhere in there that it's the same as always, but just
I thought that. I agree.
Yeah,
I thought that was in there.
Yeah.
Can you show it?
What was interesting that was in there though, if you go further up, they talk about one of the tournaments where right there, limited 4 in season, and then super and unique 4 in season. Is that a misprint? Because otherwise, why wouldn't it just be one?
That's for specialists though.
Tab under. But super rare and unique to have 4 in season cards.
Right, yeah, I thought that was high, yeah. I'm still not seeing any. I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, there's no for the European nights.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Just tells you start times, 2 daily game weeks. Literally nothing. Less DMP worries, thrilling, intense matchups, almost instant rewards. Fun. We will announce the special events taking place during those 2 daily games in due course. But you can expect a brand new reward dynamic with prizes.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Did you guys take the permanent all-star to mean permanent beyond January?
No, within January.
Throughout January, yeah.
I mean, I did the same thing, and the number of people they were like, "Thank goodness we finally have all-star forever," and I'm like, "Whoa, that's
yeah,
permanent, temporarily permanent."
Yeah, it's tricky wordage.
So that's really poor wording.
This new approach is part of a one mate. Yeah, I mean, like, what's it? They're saying they want to focus on to simplify. I think that's a good idea. Like to simplify because when they first came out, do you remember like how many things and ideas? It was just like we're gonna have 7 this week and like 3. It's like, hang on a minute, like we don't need all that. Quiddy was the biggest advocate of all-star just being there. Just give us an all-star and just add something on top. And I think they've come around to that now. It's trial and error. Like I get it, but it's taken a little while for them to like come around to that.
It's also just easier. They don't have to come up with some gimmick.
Right, yeah, less work.
Another week.
Yeah.
But and then they can actually focus their time on really cool concepts and really cool tournaments because they're not having to like, micromanage these like absolute nonsense things. But there's it's interesting. There's in my community Discord, they talk a lot about like the NCE and how like so rare, like hemorrhaging money to people playing no card entry and stuff. And I'm like, just look at the price of limited contender cards today and tell me that they're not absolutely fine for cash. People are paying like 3, 4, 5x on the market because they're going to get a free tier 5 at the end of it. Like they're doing just fine, right? Like they are making, and like it's interesting because I think these market like opportunities and stuff, I think they're brilliant. The card designs, they're brilliant. Like I love looking at my lineups right now and seeing like my Bukayo Saka special edition. And then even though my Mohamed Salah is only the neon card, not a special edition, he just looks sick in the lineup. And I'm like, give me more of this stuff. I will overpay for cards that don't give me anything more than a special design. No problem at all. And so rare win and people win. And, you know, like we talked about it a few times, Laird, but people spend copious amounts of money on FIFA points for cards that in 3 months' time, 4 months' time, 5 months' time are literally worthless. Like they shut the servers down for games. Like, you know, you spent hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of pounds on this game and now it's just all gone. You can't even access it anymore. People will spend money for these market events and you can see it on Sorare data. You see the price graph just shoot right up. Sorare must look at that and think, right, what's the next market event? Not what's the next 240 or 230 target hit thing. Don't do it. Give us all-star, make it permanent, give us some really cool events, whether it be market or gameplay. Everyone's happy.
My favorite thing about the market events is the announcement. All of the people who write back and they were like, this is just so rare trying to get more money from us. And then the price graphs that just go straight up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, they are. And please take my money.
What do we think about this? Super unique of the cash grab for Sorare to run limited rare good value part of Sorare. We're just naive enough to not see it like that. It's been the case for 3 years almost.
I don't think they're a cash grab. I think that if Sorare could have their way, they would delete those 2 scarcities from the platform because they would much, much, much rather sell 600 limited Mbappes than 6 super rare Mbappes. They would make way more money from selling 600 limited Mbappes. Maybe not Mbappe. I don't know what his super rare price is, to be fair. But like limited and rare together, you know, 600 limited, 60 rare Mbappes far outweighs the 6 super rare Mbappes and 1 unique Mbappe that they could sell.
So I think I disagree because I think that the like Cap 240 made many more people buy super rares than they probably should have had, right? And all of those people still have those super rares because they don't want to sell the super rare they bought for $100 for $1. But as we move on and fewer people buy into super rare and unique, and I've never played unique, so I with how Pranksy kind of treats it, maybe it's a little different, but I think super rare and unique will start to feel like the true premium product at some point. I don't think we're there because I think there too many people own super rares. Like I think that was actually the problem, is that the super rares became basically too accessible. And so people were like, oh, I'll play Cap 240 super. Like I have a bunch of garbage super rares that I bought specifically for that. Like they made them too inviting and now nobody wants them, but like there's still very good cash to win in season. And the fewer people who play super rare moving forward, the more it will feel like the premium product that it is. And that's what they want. They want super and unique to feel premium, and they don't want anybody to be able to play it. Like you have to like really want to play those scarcities, and we'll eventually get there.
Do you think they'll go to 4 in season for next season then? Because otherwise that whole problem of people having too many super rares still infiltrates the in-season lineups.
I don't, because I don't think those people are going to I think fewer and fewer people will play super rare because the new, you still have to buy 3 new ones for each lineup at a minimum every single year. And so there's just going to be like a level of a budget level that just like people are not I don't play it. I could try. I would try contender because I don't think I can financially compete in champ or prem. But I think that's sort of the point. Like super rare is not for everybody. And it got to a point where it started to look like it was. and Sorare they need to break it off and be like, no, this is not for everybody, and that's okay. Let these people with all their disposable income light their money on fire, and you go back and play the real game, limited and rare.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I would love to be able to move up to super rare, and I felt like I could in the old so rare, because I felt like, you know, Rare Pro was just a really good step up to that. But now I'm like, every time I win any like significant cash, I'm like, right, I don't have a rare in-season Jamal Musiala yet. I don't have a rare in-season Harry Kane yet. Like, these are the cards that I need to prioritize before even daring to look at starting an in-season super rare like lineup.
Yeah, I mean, very
Yeah.
few times do I actually look to buy a super rares.
Yeah.
Certainly in season.
But you know what will happen? You'll win 20 essence from your Division 1 at super rare level. You'll craft like a tier 1 and you'll be like, oh, let me just buy like one more. And then that's it, you're in.
I hope so. I would love to have that problem next Tuesday. Absolutely.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. Bring it on. Oh,
Right,
no,
lads.
I won super rare essence.
I think we'll knock you on the head there, lads, because I've stolen enough of your Friday evening / afternoon. Well, afternoon for you, lad. Evening for the lads. But yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the time spent. I'll be back tomorrow with Quinny and Feder for a little drunk cast. We're going to do a little Sorare quiz if anyone wants to, come along and partake in the quiz. And then
What's the prize?
Oh, good question. What is the prize? I actually need to come up with that.
Yeah.
So
I'll be there if if it's a rare Harry
Okay.
Kane in season or a rare Jamal Musiala in season, I'll be there. Yeah.
We'll see if Sorare can get back to me on that one. And then I'm doing a watch along on Sunday for the Spurs Liverpool game, I believe, and then giveaway time on Monday for the final day. But yeah, appreciate all your time, lads. Go enjoy the weekend, and yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it, lads. Right, I need to give away some cards now, and you don't need to be around for this. So love you, Neb. Bye, Neb. I'm going to stay on for 5 minutes or so, lads, because I will have a couple of cards and memberships and stuff to give away. I didn't want to put the lads through that, but yeah, appreciate all their time. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, if you want to get involved in a little card giveaway before we go, then let me just make a quick little tweet. And if you want to get involved in this, I'm just going to tweet Sorare giveaway day 9 with a little, what emoji should we do? Do the Santa emoji. Go give that a retweet for me, lads. One winner will win a 1-month Predictify membership, and then the rest of the lads will win a Sorare card from myself. So yeah, 6 winners, 5 cards, and 1 Predictify membership. If you can give the stream a like. I really thought I was live on Twitch, and it looks like we're not, which I'm a bit gutted about. I thought I set it to multi-stream. For whatever reason, it didn't do that. I do apologize, lads, if anyone was watching or were hoping to watch, on Twitch. But yeah, go give that a retweet, lads. I really do appreciate it. And I will, give away a couple of cards and a Predictify membership. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, lads. What's the chat saying? Let me go retweet. I appreciate that, Mike. I appreciate that, mate. Happy holidays. Bayern 2-1, I saw. Johnny TH. Fingers crossed for this one. Bichetti said, Harry, I won the Predictify month from a few days ago. Do I have to do something, or does it automatically go to my account? If you already have the account, it should automatically go to it. Have you sent me your email address, Bichetti? If you haven't, then please do. If you have already, then that's my fault. I'll have to send that to Predictify. But yeah, if you haven't, mate, send me your email address and I'll get that sorted for you. I appreciate that, Owen. I really appreciate that, mate. I really appreciate that. Back onto the screen, just in case anyone hasn't seen it. Go give that a retweet for me, lads, and there will be 6 winners. Shortly revealed. So I was just checking my phone. But yeah, Bichetti, let me know, mate. I did DM you on Discord. Okay. Let me have a look. Let me send that over. I just DM'd Predictify. Oh. Trying to buy Mohammed a Tyrant. Okay, let's pull this. Let's pull this giveaway. No worries at all, mate. No worries at all. Come on in, lads. Let's get this cracking. So 6 winners. First winner that comes out will win the Predictify 1-month membership, and then the rest will win a Sorare card. If you can let me know your Sorare gallery name on the tweet, if you are one of the winners, then that would be greatly appreciated. That will make things a lot easier for me, mate, lad. Sorry. So yeah, come on in. Let's pick some winners. Let me get my notepad out. Where is me pen? Where the hell's my pen's gone? Nightmare. I don't know where they're gone, but let me take a picture of that. Lads, congratulations. Tobe, you are a winner of one of the cards. I don't know the rest of your guys' Sorare gallery name, so I will have to ask you kindly to just comment on the tweet itself and let me know. Let me know. Yeah, all the looks like Kane won't score at the return. Kane hasn't scored, or Kane will score? Oh, Cam's in third. Love that, Cam. Well done, mate. I appreciate that, Jay Blaze. Yeah, any of these winners, let me know your gallery name on Twitter. And Andre, you'll have to let me know your. Let's see who it is. Andre might have to let me know his email address if he's already a Predictify member. If you're not a Predictify member, then I just need you to message me. So message me on Discord. Add me on Discord, Harry Space Trades, and I'll get that sorted for you, mate. I appreciate that, Cam. I know your thing. No worries, Cam. I know Cam's. I know Tobes. Yeah, it's just the rest of them. Did Arthur win again? Arthur seems to win all the time. Who is it? Oliver. Yeah, I'll contact them as soon as we're done live, lads. Right, I've got to shoot, lads. I'll be back tomorrow for the drunk cast. I think we're going to start it at 6 p.m. UK time. So yeah, really looking forward to that. You guys can play along with the quiz as well. And, yeah, should be fun. Good luck. Hopefully the Friday night curse hasn't come to sting you too hard. And yeah, good luck for this upcoming weekend. And I appreciate you all massively. Catch you tomorrow.